Right. So let's say if someone, comes to you, they're interested in, picking up a semi in Moncton. Which area would you say are some of the more popular areas in Moncton that people are picking up properties to?
Great question. I would say the Moncton North for sure would be number one. Moncton East off Shediac Road and also Dieppe. Those would be the three top areas. Riverview East would also be an area that I think is undervalued just because of its proximity to downtown Moncton. It's the closest neighborhood region in Greater Moncton to the downtown core for modern construction. I think some buyers, if they do have the ability to live there instead of Moncton North, Dieppe, and Moncton East in the Shediac Road region, I think they could take advantage of that. Still a little bit lighter pricing, and if they're working downtown, it's a great place to live.
Okay. And for the investors, that are looking to pick up more properties for rental purposes, could you give us a good idea of, the different neighborhoods in Moncton and what type of rental profiles you are seeing, right? Because Moncton is very fast growing. We have a lot of new immigration, specifically from China, from Philippines, and also India. Where are these immigrants moving to, right? And where are the student population? Where would you say investors should really look at in terms of neighborhoods that they should purchase properties at?
Yeah, so when it comes to student geographic, you're looking at areas near the University of Moncton, CCNB, Moncton Flight College, and MBCC. So between the downtown part of the downtown core over towards like Connaught Avenue, Morton Avenue, these areas cover a lot of the University of Moncton. CCNB would be through Dieppe as well as Moncton Flight College through a pretty big portion of Dieppe, as Dieppe's a bit smaller. And then for NBCC, you'd be looking at areas around like Purdy Avenue, areas surrounding that Mountain Road region near the college. For property types and what areas different property types are in, like fixer uppers and properties that might have good lift potential. You're looking in like the downtown core as well as Moncton East, Elmwood Drive. The West End has very good lift potential if you can get something for the right price, just because the West End it's a very sought after area for locals. And then as I mentioned, like your new construction would be in Moncton North off Shediac Road. We're getting deeper and deeper into Dieppe as they're developing land, and then on the top end of Riverview East.
So for those investors that are looking to, pick up rental properties, do you see that, it's a potential threat, right? With all the multis happening, do you foresee that there might be some vacancy issues in the city of Moncton? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I do think and reflect on that time to time, being an investor myself. I think that the type of investor that could be in a problematic situation over the next years to come would be people with like units that are very cosmetically dated, in maybe a rundown condition. Though I think those will be people that might have a problem because they were getting very good rents as vacancy rates were in the negatives, we'll say, or extremely low. But I don't think that's going to happen any time too soon. I know we are building a lot of units, but based on the numbers, I do see a lot of people still coming into Moncton, and between immigration as well as the article that I mentioned with Money Sense, it's just a lot of people coming into our area still. It's weird because like I talk to certain economists at certain banks, and you hear them mention of potential like recession type factors in our area in the near future. And I mean, I'm no economist by all means. I don't have any education in that realm, but it's very difficult to comprehend it really. I do understand that the cost of living is extremely high for our area given our average income. But I think for having friends like yourself and seeing the larger cities throughout United States and as well as Canada, you become to understand that the ability to purchase a home does become a dream more than reality for many as your city experiences tremendous growth, which we're having here in Moncton.
Yeah, and that's definitely a downside that comes with us welcoming so many immigrants in. I'm an immigrant myself, right? I'm forever thankful to this country, but I definitely see how everything's intertwined, and it's a lot of people are suffering, right? Myself included, right? The interest rate shooting up. I am actually considering selling one of my properties because I can't get it to debt service, even cover the debt service, right?
Hmm.
Um, and the same thing goes for home buyers that are looking to pick up their first property. Same thing that goes with tenant. I believe I read an article seeing that I think New Brunswick tenants feel it the worst across Canada in terms of how much their income has grown compared to how much the rent has grown. I
Hmm.
think the number is on average, New Brunswickers are spending more than 11% more on rent, basically, right? So that's compared to the rest of the country, it's like the worst, like as a province.